What's up, y'all? It's Andru Defeye, a.k.a. the Guerrilla Poet Laureate, a.k.a. the Hoodie God, a.k.a. Spittin' Quarantino, a.k.a. I wear my sunglasses at night indoors because my eyes are as sensitive as my heart is, y'all. And we are back for the third episode of Masked Up, a COVID-19 live stream. We want to give a special shout out to the Latino Center of Art and Culture, as well as the Office of Art and Culture here in Sacramento for making this a possibility. And we want to say a special Feliz Dia de los Muertos to everybody who's out there celebrating. May you connect with your ancestors, and to those that are no longer with us tonight, just sending all the love to everybody, everybody celebrating and doing some honoring tonight. So we got some special treats for you tonight. I got one of my favorite poets in the entirety of Sacramento coming out tonight for a special edition of Mask Off. I got David and yes, Demola coming through the spot. As always, we have the best studio audience in Northern California, nay, the universe. And, as always, 6 feet apart, socially distant, and always masked up. So, let's get in. You know how we start this thing off. This is the heaviest part, but it's the part we got to do, y'all. It's the Rona math. So our Rona math tonight comes from Michael McGough from the Sacramento Bee. The latest Sacramento numbers, we're creeping up again, y'all. We're creeping up. So we need to watch it. We need to make sure we still taking precautions. The pandemic fatigue is mad real. So I just want to keep encouraging people to do our work. You know what I mean? So the 6-county Sacramento region is now combined for 645 reported COVID-19 deaths and more than 38,000 confirmed infections over the course of the pandemic, with 500 dead in Sacramento County and 145 in 5 neighboring counties. Sacramento County has recorded a total of 26,185 lab-positive cases during the pandemic. Health officials added 167 new cases on Friday after 136 on Thursday and 132 on Wednesday. So you see our numbers going up, y'all. The county has now reported at least 36 deaths from October 1st through October 24th. That surpasses April's total of 34 for fourth most in a month. Continued death confirmations for September have pushed that month's death toll to 116, according to the local health office. There are 77 patients hospitalized with coronavirus in Sacramento County, according to state data updated Sunday, down from 85 on Friday. The number of ICU patients, however, rose from 14 to 17. Sacramento County is in the red tier of the state's reopening guidelines, the second most restrictive. Y'all, I want to show you something that I was peeping over the weekend. So you see here, our daily new cases are at 8.6 per 100K. If you look on the left-hand side, if you look on the right-hand side, that qualifies us for the purple tier. So we are coming dangerously close to being back up in that purple tier, which is when things start getting shut down. We're trying to get down to this orange tier so that we can have more things open up. So if you're worried about the economy, keep that mask on, keep social distancing. You know what I'm saying? It's so important right now. So, keep doing your work. Don't get fatigued now. Don't stop on us now. We were going so good, and it's not irreversible. You know what I mean? We can definitely turn this around. So everybody, put your masks on. Make sure you're looking out for each other. I see. I got a comment here. Yes, seriously, very seriously, we are peeping up. So, yeah, that's the Rona math, y'all. So let's get into the Rona news. What is going on with what is happening with my computer right now? This is wild, y'all. I've never had this happen before. This is
Hey, is this thing on?
What are you doing?
Andrew, you gotta get off the internet. I need to make a phone call.
I am trying to have a live stream right now, Zeus. Are you serious?
And I am trying to call LiveJournal about why they canceled my account.
Y'all, this is my roommate. This is Zeus.
What up, Zeus Fitzgerald? Hey, am I famous now? When do I get to be Poet Laureate? Is it my turn yet?
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm trying to do a show here.
Wait. Shut up. Look, peep the grill. Look at that. Pure gold, baby. Pure puppet gold, mined from the puppet gold mines.
We know you're the flyest puppet ever to come out of Puppet Land.
Take straight. You can check the chain.
What?
It's under the beard. Just take my word for it.
What do you want? Like,
I want my LiveJournal account back, and my DeviantArt, and my Friendster. They took them all away. I don't know what happened. Andrew, you gotta help me.
How am I gonna help you from here?
Getting off the damn internet. Stop telling people about this corona whatever. I'm not hungry. I'm not thirsty. I don't need to drink nothing.
Oh my God.
What I need is to get back on LiveJournal with my cute friends. My cute puppet friends.
I can't stand you. I put you in the bedroom for a reason, so that you can't interrupt me while I'm doing this show.
Yeah.
And you still find a way to interrupt me.
And I made myself a little laptop out of puppet parts. It's a puppet laptop coming to you live from Andrew's house.
I know you're mad. I know you're mad. You keep asking me to be a guest on this show, and I keep trying to tell you that I have real guests on this show, human guests.
Yeah. I see how it is now. We're gonna get all puppetist here. You know, Jim Henson would be real not proud of you right now, talking like that to me, Zeus Fitzgerald of all people. Yeah, that's my full name. Deal with it. Zeus T. Fitzgerald.
Okay.
The T stands for thee.
I get it. All right. So Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
How has your quarantine been?
It's been pretty good. Been eating some bugs. That's it. I mean, I'm trying to connect to the internet, as you can see now, so I can talk to the rest of the world.
This is gold. This is a golden interview. So
I'm doing great over here. How about you? How are you doing over there?
I'm doing good. I'm doing an amazing live stream for the Latino Center of Art and Culture. Or I was, until I got interrupted by my roommate, who is talking about some website that I don't even know anything about.
You don't know what LiveJournal is? You need to get up with the times, Sonny. Get yourself a DeviantArt. Put your art out there. You never know who's going to see it. Tons of people are on DeviantArt. Last I checked.
I'm trying to put my art out right now, but I'm being interrupted. Can I just get on with what I'm doing, please?
I guess. Here, let me just close this real quick. All right.
I don't even know. I don't even know what just happened. Thank y'all for sticking with me. My roommate is he's a little wild. You know what I mean? He's a little crazy. So, we love you too, Latino Center. Thanks for tuning in tonight, y'all. So, we're going to get into, as I was trying to, we're going to get into the Rona news. All right, y'all. So we got a few pieces of Rona news. Again, we're going to talk about this spike that we got going on right now. COVID-19 cases spike across Sacramento region amid gatherings, senior care, and outbreaks. This comes to us from Michael Mago, Tony Bizjack, and Philip Reese from the Sacramento Bee. As the coronavirus numbers steadily improved, Sacramento County health officials hope to qualify Tuesday to move from the red tier to the orange tier within California's coronavirus reopening system, a move that would allow businesses to reopen more widely. Plenty would change at the orange tier. Restaurants will be allowed to expand indoor dining from 25 to 50% of capacity, a welcome move as the weather turns chilly. Indoor entertainment businesses like bowling alleys could potentially resume business. However, after months of progress in lowering infection rates and related figures, the county instead hit a plateau. In fact, a Sacramento Bee analysis based on rolling 10-day infection totals shows the plateau giving way to a recent uptick in new cases in the county. Similarly, the county's virus hospitalization numbers, which started falling in late summer, have also plateaued. Sacramento County Health Officer Dr. Olivia Casiri said some of that may be due to recent clusters of infections in long-term care facilities, which include skilled nursing homes, but she said the county has programs and teams in place to keep those from turning into bigger outbreaks. Our hope is we'll be able to get over this setback quickly, she said. We know a lot of what is causing the plateau, outbreaks in some long-term care facilities. Our hope is this will be very temporary. After months of improvement, infection totals have increased in recent days, not just in Sacramento County, but also in Placer and Yolo counties, the Bee's analysis found. The capital region's increases since mid-October are starting to show up in California's weekly tier list assessments, though none of the 4 Sacramento area counties were in a position to be demoted entering this week. All 4 had higher new case totals than in the previous week's update, according to CDPH on Tuesday. Sacramento and Placer's case rates rose significantly, and the latter notched 1 week in the direction of demotion to the red tier. Another bad week would merit the demotion. So we're getting close to it, y'all. We're getting real close to it. Let me see. We have a Zeus fan in the spot. See, y'all think Zeus is funny until you got to live with them. And then it becomes a whole other thing. So the numbers keep going up, y'all. Recent data from the state show the county may now be closer to demolition to the purple tier than to improvement to the orange one. Sacramento's rolling 10-day total of 1,377 new cases is its largest since September 27th, 1 day before state officials promoted the county from the most restricted purple tier into the red one. Sacramento County's test positivity rate, the proportion of diagnostic tests that return positive for the respiratory disease known as COVID-19, has also risen recently, indicating the high recent case total is unlikely to be an anomaly due to more testing. The 7-day rolling average increased from 2% on October 12th to 2.4% on October 17th, the most recent day for which the data was available. The coming days and weeks should make clear whether the county spike in cases is temporary or the start of a more serious local surge, but they are also a critical moment in the health crisis with the above-mentioned holidays and other occurrences fast approaching. So we do have, we got Thanksgiving coming up. We got election day tomorrow where a lot of people are going to be coming in together, so man, mask up, keep that social distance going. They're also key to keeping the economy open. After the October 20th assessment listed Sacramento County at 4.4 new daily cases per 100,000, this week's data table saw a bump up to 5.7. And then you saw in that graphic earlier, we up to 8. We're up to 8 as of today. So the recent 10-day works out to nearly 8.8 new daily cases per 100,000 residents, which puts us over into that dangerous purple tier, the top tier. The county is not yet failing to meet red tier criteria, and data from earlier in the pandemic suggests the recent spike is not an irreversible trend, but it is concerning. If Sacramento's rate were to exceed 7.0 new daily cases per 100,000 residents for back-to-back calendar weeks, it would have to return to the purple tier. That would mean closing restaurant dining rooms and other indoor businesses and activities, including places of worship, for a minimum of 3 weeks. So y'all keep it going. Skilled nursing outbreaks combining for dozens of residents and dozens of health employees are a critical factor in pandemic response, especially given the vulnerability of older residents for whom the virus is by far the most fatal. But considering the county's rolling 10-day tally has increased by more than 500 in about 2 weeks, from 850 to now nearly 1,400, nursing outbreaks alone don't appear to be the sole factor in the recent uptick. Pandemic fatigue is real, and it is undoubtedly worn on Californians' adherence to gathering and social distancing guidelines. The state has now been under Gavin Newsom's stay-at-home order for more than 7 months, and I know y'all are getting tired of it. I'm tired of it. But we can't stop it, y'all. We cannot stop. Recent coronavirus developments are made more troubling by what's on the immediate horizon. Halloween has ended, and despite warnings and pleas from health officials, the holiday was still virtually certain to bring about more parties and get-togethers than prior recent weekends. Holidays and holiday weekends throughout the pandemic have been a point of concern and of emphasis in messaging from health and government leaders throughout California. They've urged public to celebrate responsibly at various points, blaming spikes on COVID-19 being spread at parties when friends and extended family members are too lax in social distancing and mask protocols. Then there's Election Day. While the health crisis has led to ballots being mailed in at record rates in Sacramento, as they have across much of the country, many people will still vote in person on Tuesday, even if social distancing, facial covering, and sanitation requirements are closely adhered to. Any scenario in which large numbers of people are waiting in lines at centralized locations will present at least some elevated risk of virus spread. Given incubation and reporting times, it will likely take until about mid-November for the data to start reflecting the extent to which Halloween and Election Day impacted COVID-19 activity. And those are just two of the key dates. Thanksgiving is less than 4 weeks away. For Sacramento County, at least one K-12 district, Folsom Cordova Unified, plans to allow students as early as next Thursday, November 12th. To top it all off, cooler weather is coming to California. Highs in the 80s early this week in Sacramento are forecasted to plummet to the low 60s by Friday, according to the National Weather Service. Health officials have long said indoor gatherings present a higher likelihood of COVID-19 spread than gathering outdoors. With daylight savings time over, moving sunset 1 hour earlier, evening outdoor gatherings will become less feasible. We know this. We gotta stay vigilant, y'all. It's important. It's important. We can't just start getting lax, y'all. Oh, Richard says my son in Germany says it's growing there too. It's we're doing really well. I don't want to paint a bleak picture. We're doing really well as far as California goes. Sacramento is doing a great job. But let's not get lax on this and find ourselves in this situation. We've been holding this at a pretty good plateau, and I feel like we can continue doing that. So there's a lot of good coming out of this as well. Good news to report right now. Sacramento County is now using antigen testing for schools, jails, and more. This comes to us from Philip Reese of the SAC-B. The county last week obtained Binax Now antigen testing kits from the state and will begin dispersing them to schools, jails, urgent care clinics, and other group facilities to expand instant testing. The antigen test, which takes 15 to 30 minutes to produce a result, will allow group facilities to determine quickly if a person is showing symptoms has COVID-19. Jesuit High School is experimenting with daily antigen tests on campus as part of a controlled pilot program. Shout out to them. Dr. Kasiri said the county will be monitoring Jesuit's testing program to learn from it, but cautioned that antigen tests can produce false positive results. She's not recommending that schools adopt the testing for large populations of asymptomatic students. You can have false positives when using it in a large group where the likelihood is not very high. She called the antigen test usage an incremental step forward, an additional tool as we develop our plan to reopen schools safely. Schools are among the key areas of concern this fall as the county guards against a new wave of infections. Elk Grove Unified, the largest school district in the region and one of the largest in the state, plans to open its doors on November 17th. But notably, its administrators are saying they plan to do so only if the county has achieved the state orange tier designation. County health officials say their contact tracing staff of 100 is now capable of contacting every person in the county who has tested positive for the virus to instruct that person to quarantine themselves and to attempt to contact other people who have been in close contact with the infected person, to ask them to get tested and to quarantine if necessary. Yeah, we are making some progress. We are making some progress, and we got a lot of amazing folks out here doing the work. We're going to talk about, I talked a little bit about La Familia last week, and they hitting again. They doing more for the community right now. They got this amazing program called Housing for the Harvest, and it just expanded to San Luis and Sacramento. And this is a really awesome program. It's providing temporary housing to agricultural workers exposed to COVID-19 so that they can quarantine away from their families. So as of October 1st, the California Department of Food and Agriculture announced that the counties of Sacramento and San Luis Obispo are the latest to participate in Housing for the Harvest, a program announced by Governor Gavin Newsom in July to provide temporary hotel housing options for farm and food processing employees to self-isolate if they are COVID-19 positive and do not require hospitalization or have been exposed and cannot properly self-isolate at home. 10 counties are now participating in Housing for the Harvest. That's Sacramento, San Luis, Kern, Madera, Kings, Riverside, Tulare, Santa Barbara, Fresno, and San Joaquin. The state is securing hotel rooms in participating counties, with local governments identifying administrators to manage the program and local community organizations to provide additional services like meals, wellness checks, and in-language assistance. Local administrators will serve as a point of contact for eligible workers. Local administrators of the program can include a county or city agency, a Native American tribe, a nonprofit organization, or a philanthropic organization. We are very pleased to welcome Sacramento and San Luis Obispo counties to this program, said CDFA Secretary Karen Ross. Housing for the Harvest is an example of how the state and local partners are collaborating creatively to meet the challenges of the pandemic and protect our agricultural workers, their families, and their health. Sacramento County partnered with La Familia Counseling Center to administer Housing for the Harvest. In addition to hotel quarantine support, transportation, meals, and wellness checks will be provided. Sacramento has allocated resources for financial assistance and additional support for family at home. This is a great program because it addresses both the health and economic needs of our essential workers, said Sacramento County Director of Health Services, Peter Bielenson. La Familia is happy to be working with the county, the state, and our community agency partners to help our essential farm workers and food processing workers obtain the necessary housing, supports, and services they need to do the work that sustains us all. Through the program together, we can slow the spread of COVID. La Familia Counseling Executive Rachel Rios said, "Juntos podemos." I'm grateful to my colleagues and our community partners for their caring support of this essential workforce, and to the state for initiating the Housing to Harvest program. Farm workers and food processing workers in Sacramento County who are in need of these services are urged to call 916-452-3601. That's 916-452-3601. And please note that personal information gathered through this process will be kept all confidential. So, La Familia continuing to do some amazing work. Our studio audience loves La Familia. So we also have another group that has been doing some really cool work. Y'all know about the Hacker Lab? Does everybody here know about the Hacker Lab? Yes. We love the Hacker Lab, and they have got a really cool new program that they just launched for individuals negatively affected by the coronavirus with a product design training program who's focusing on personal protective equipment. That's PPE for short. You down with PPE? Yeah, you know me. This program is intended to support essential workers and others who have lost their job or income or had their educational or training program impacted as a direct result of COVID-19. Applications are due Thursday, November 5th at 11:59 p.m. That's this Thursday, November 5th at 11:59. You can find the information at hackerlab.org/pathways. Remember that, hackerlab.org/pathways. This program began after Hacker Lab CEO Gina Lujan donated leftover masks made by community members at Hacker Lab to an organization supporting farm workers. That spawned conversations with community partners to create a program that supports career development, STEM exploration, and the design challenge of prototyping masks for Sacramento communities. Our goal is to help people hurt by COVID-19, said COO Eric Ulrich. We have a great new program to introduce you to the Hacker Lab possibilities with a focus relevant to these times. Considering the conditions many workers are facing, the stipend should help people move forward. Students at Sacramento City College's STEM Equity Success Initiative are about halfway through PPE design curriculum led by Hacker Lab's CTO Niall Middow, speaking about topics related to the PPE needs unearthed during the pandemic, as well as future guest speakers from those with PPE needs. Now, you heard me say just a second ago, stipend. You heard me right. This program includes a $1,000 stipend and 2 months of Hacker Lab access. If you don't know about the Hacker Lab, it is all things for makers. So $1,000 stipend and 2 months of Hacker Lab access, 20 hours of training in PPE product innovation, 10 hours per month in online workshops and webinars. That's 2 months. So that's 20 hours total in online workshops and webinars. We also got 6 hours in-person training on Hacker Lab equipment and a mix of online and in-person trainings on PPE, prototyping and manufacturing equipment, 3D printing, laser cutting, all of that. So again, hackerlab.org/pathways. And that is where you find that information. And that brings us to the end of the Rona news, y'all. So I told you at the top of the hour, I got a very, very special guest coming up this time. Y'all, it is time for Mask Off. One of my favorite poets in the entire city, nay, the entire world, nay, the entire galaxy is here with us tonight. Y'all, give it up for David. And yes, Damola.
Wow, what an awesome book. Oh my gosh. This is just the most amazing book I've ever seen. I don't know about you, but we're live. Hi, my bad.
That is one of my favorite books that I've ever read out of Sacramento. Tell us what that is.
This very delicate chill there. That was great. This is a collection of 5 years of my work. And it is a whole bunch of pages of wonderful poetry.
Oh yeah,
it's been around the world. This particular copy has been around the world with me, overseas and back. And yeah, it's yeah, this is what I do. So,
I was just making sure that I didn't get another interruption.
Oh no.
You were tuning in earlier and saw my roommate bust into the show. Oh God, you know Zeus, dude.
Zeus, yeah.
He be doing a lot sometimes.
You got to give him a break, though. I mean, he's had a hard life. He has to transition from like Puppetville to human life, and it's always going to be a little weird.
I got empathy for him. You know, I definitely got empathy for him.
Yeah.
As long as he stops interrupting me and lets me do my thing, because I have just glamorous guests such as yourself who are getting ready to go tour with like America's Got Talent's latest winner.
Yeah,
So
Mr. Brandon Leak.
Yeah, tell us about. So, if you didn't tune in to America's Got Talent and you've been sitting under a rock for the last like few months as all of Sacramento lit up.
Don't tell me you've been outside, because then you're breaking the rules.
Exactly. So, so we all, a lot of this community, Stockton gets to lay claim to Brandon, but he rides out here a lot. So we all got to watch him just do his thing and dominate this America's Got Talent round. Ended up being the big winner. Then he made an exciting announcement that he was going on tour. And then he made an exciting announcement about who was coming on tour with him.
Yeah. I need a haircut. It's been great. So a little behind the scenes about Brandon Leak. He's exactly as wonderful as he portrays himself on stage, which is rare. Also, 2015, he was part of the National Poetry Slam team with me and a whole bunch of other people representing Sacramento. And then 2019, we went to the individual World Poetry Slam, and he did better than me, that little so-and-so. And then he won America's Got Talent. So, yay.
So y'all are leaving on tour. When do you leave and how long are you going for?
So he's going. He's just going. For me, this is more of like a feeler out, because like the execs and such know who he is. They don't know who I am, so it's kind of like a feeling out process, along with other people like Jeanette Sem, 6 Foot of the Poet, Ale is going out there, and a whole bunch of other people. He's also getting local poets from the areas that he's going into. But having said all that, in 5 days, I'm going out to Nashville for the first outside of California show on the tour, and then Florida in early December. And I'm very excited and very nervous at the same time. Oh, I can't hear you.
I forgot to bring this part up in our pre-interview, and I keep touching my beard, which is reminding me of it. That we have this.
Yeah, and I just touched my face.
If you are unfamiliar, any guest here, as soon as they touch their face, they will hear this.
Wait, let me test it. That's fair.
Working. It's working.
That's fair.
So, tell us. We're doing this COVID themed live stream. So, tell us a little bit about your quarantine and what you've been up to. What have you been working on during the quarantine?
Well, I got myself a little exercise bike back there. Been trying to keep my fitness going. I had started a good regiment, and then I completely fell off of it when it all started because I have major depression and a whole bunch of excuses, but I'm back on. Got the cycle back there. Yeah. I'm trying to get my sexy back if I ever had it in the first place. And
oh, come on, you definitely.
And yeah, that's basically been. I haven't really gone out that much. I've tried to really, rein it in because why not? It's COVID. And I've been just creating a lot. Like I'm in the middle of a whole YouTube series that I started where I'm going for a whole year. And every Monday at 10 a.m., I'm posting a brand new spoken word video. And I'm on week 13 right now. And yeah, it's just been going wonderfully well. If you want to see it, it's And Yes Poetry. And that's my link to like everything, Instagram, everything. It's at And Yes Poetry. And you can see this whole bag of sexy right here.
You can actually watch his hair grow, like from short the high and tight fade to where it's at now over the last 13 weeks.
My hair does grow that fast,
as well as the shift in facial hair. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that was a test.
You goaded me right into it. You almost said a bad word.
We will not be doing that tonight. So you know what? How are you staying creative in the quarantine? I know, like you talked about there being a time at the beginning where it was just like kind of all bets are off. Like,
yeah. And I gave myself time to like adjust to the new norm, because for me, a lot of my writing process involves not being at home and just like, you know, going somewhere to like a coffee shop or whatever. In this case, I actually, in that room right there, it's a walk-in closet, thankfully big enough for me to fit. I've made a whole like writing studio for myself. And when I go there, the only thing I do is write. That's it. That way my subconscious is triggered every time I go in there to just write and just focus on creation.
So are we expecting a new chat book?
Yeah, that's in the works for sure, especially with this tour going on. I mean, I got a new logo made, and then I enhanced the logo a little bit, and I'm looking forward to putting it on a lot of different things. I have a couple shirts through Full Circle Ink that are being printed right now, which I'm super excited about.
Full Circle.
Yeah, Casey, what up? And then just basically doing like a whole bunch of different stuff. Like I've gotten into puppeteering recently. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Puppeteering.
No, I look forward. Like you should bring me back on the show at some time. I'll do show you puppet things.
Yeah, I personally am a big fan of puppets. I don't think there's enough puppets in the world. You know, we'll definitely have you back on to do some puppeteering sometime.
Yeah, no, I look forward to it.
So where else you finding joy in all of this?
Just like, I don't know, the rare times I get to connect with people and we have that awkward time of like, how do you human again? I really enjoy that process of like seeing other people stumble the way I do when I'm in the middle of like my depressive break and going like, oh, okay, this is a normal thing. This isn't just like weirdo Dave being weird. I didn't touch. I got you.
Close. It was close.
So weird stuff like didn't touch that time either. You need to work on your senses.
Oh. Trigger happy tonight.
We'll get you a little like radar detector thing. Anyway, so what was I gonna say? Yeah. Question answered. I did it.
So you do a lot of writing and a lot of work in the community just to bring awareness to mental health, depression. Any tips for folks who may be, you know, going through like dealing with mental health issues? Maybe it's like some folks really dealing with it for the first time in this, you know, like kind of new and don't really know what to do. What are your tips for dealing with mental health?
Before I give advice like this, I always like to preface it so you know where I'm coming from, because like there's a lot of not bad but misguided mental health advice from people who are just starting to figure themselves out and they think it's ubiquitous and like everybody goes through the same experience. I've had 17 years of active self-study with my personal brand of major depression. The thing that's helped me the most is understanding my symptoms, understanding like what the path downward is like, so that when I start experiencing those symptoms, I can look at my life and go, okay, what do I need to change? There's something that needs to change because I'm doing something to contribute to it. And sometimes it's just a natural downfall of things. It's how biological depression works. But the other thing that's helped me a lot is allowing myself to just experience it, not try to shut it out. The more you try to block it, the worse it comes back to rebound on you. And yeah, just understand that it will come and it will go, and that's okay. It's just like the tides. You don't stress out when the tide starts to rise. It's not a tsunami. It's just a normal process. And the more you get in tune with that, the better off you'll be. And if you're new to it, just understand, like, pull out that journal. Start writing down everything. I'm talking about thoughts that you're having, physical feelings that you're having, just everything that you could possibly put in. Because that was the biggest favor I did to myself. Like I had it down to, if I sigh more than 5 times in 30 minutes, that's usually a sign that like something's going on in my body and I need to look out for it. So like get real specific if you can, and take notes.
And that knowledge of self is such a weapon in that fight. Like,
and just in general, it's a good thing too. It's you know, the active introspection.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, you and I always talk about the basics.
Yeah.
You know, the making sure you are drinking your water. Yeah. The water, the sleep, right? Your diet, making sure you're getting out into some sunshine as well.
Okay, I did touch that time.
So, you know, there's a lot of things, but you know, those basics I think get slept on a lot, and are oftentimes like a part of that spiral downward. So, you know, just making sure that everybody out there, you know, keep an eye on all of that as well.
And the important part, talk about it. Talk about it with someone you feel comfortable and safe with. And if you don't have someone to feel comfortable and safe with, don't be afraid to, you know, reach out. Find some resources. I'm a good resource typically for that. You know, I don't want to volunteer you, Andrew, but you know.
Yeah, I'm around,
depending on comfort level.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely here for folks as well. You know, David is the one who so we come from a little crew called ZFG, Zero Forbidden Goals. And you know, for years people would always ask me as the founder, like, what is it? Are you guys a poetry crew? Are you a rap crew? Are you a promotions company? What are you guys? And I was standing with David at the intersection one time and I said, I'm tired of answering this question. Y'all answer it. And David looked at the person and said, we're a support group for artists. And I was like, what? How did I never think of that? That's exactly what we are. So, you know, we all as a crew try to be there as much as we can for the community as a whole, and especially for other creatives, to just be that ear. And also, like, you know, let's just give a real shout out to therapy, because like everybody should go to therapy, and you know, find yourself a good therapist, and don't be afraid to work out those issues and get vulnerable. Shout out to Dave's therapist right there. You just saw him into that frame right there.
It's a natural thing, Randy Savage.
So yeah, man. I mean, I think that's about it. Anything you got? Anything coming up? I know you just did a slam in
Bali. So I got to guest spot on that, and they had poets from all around the world, amazing poets. This guy from Botswana named Aether won it, and like the coolest part about it is like you think of spoken word being such an American thing that's just starting to reach out into Europe. And it's not true at all. It's all over the world. And it's especially slam. Like slam has been such a good hook for people to just get into writing. And yeah, it was a beautiful night. Well, beautiful morning for me. It was like 4 a.m.
So any other shows coming up other than, you know, the tour? Obviously you taking off in 5 days, but is there any virtual anything?
Not planned yet. I'm mostly focusing on that YouTube channel that's at Andy's Poetry, doing my weekly deal. I'm going to be adding more to it. Right now I post the poetry on Mondays, but I'm going to move that to Wednesdays and replace whatever's going on Mondays pretty soon here with a brand new thing. Yeah.
So that, you see the banner, you see it. This is where to go. Follow this man. You can follow on the Instagrams. You can follow on the Facebooks. You can
Twitter.
follow on YouTube.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can. It is seriously such a huge help. If I get to 100, I think I'm allowed to start live streaming.
Yeah. I think that's the deal with the YouTube. So yeah, come on, y'all. We can definitely get David up to 100 subscribers just with the people who are going to tune into this live stream. I believe in us, Sacramento. Come on. This is the kingpin.
The kingpin. According to the Sac B, I am the kingpin.
B called him the kingpin of Sacramento poetry.
Andrew, I happen to notice you're speaking words right now. You gonna pay me a little bit? I'm the spoken word kingpin over here.
Listen. We're also like there's layers to this. We have discussed this as far as like clearly in a Gotham-esque poetry scene, the Laureate is on the Kingpin's payroll. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm outranked here. You know, I know my position in this city. So, you know, this is my boss. This is the poetry boss out here.
God, if I had a cigar right now, I would.
So y'all make sure that you check out everything that And Yes is doing. Go follow this guy on Facebook. It's one of the best follows in my feed because he's great with the memes. He's great with the commentary socially. He's fantastic with the poems. Like I said, I don't blow smoke. I don't call everybody, you know, my favorite poet in the city. This is probably my favorite poet in the city. You'd be hard pressed to find, like, I mean, on any given night, there's like a group of poets that take it. You know what I mean?
I would never want the title of like best poet in the city because it's always going to be a flagrant lie.
It's all based in the night. You know what I mean? I think about like Grace Loescher. I think about Jeanette. But you are always in that competition. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure you go check out And Yes Poetry on everything. Thank you for being here. And man, stay healthy. Stay masked up. And
of course.
We'll see you when everything opens up. Oh, I'm trying to get to it. All right. So that is And Yes. And y'all make sure you go check him out. That's one of my favorite people in the whole city. Just super talented, and there's been so much inspiration for the what is happening right now. I might get what, bro? I'm not done yet.
Sorry, you caught me in the middle of eating.
Can you?
I caught a nice little cricket. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. I have to tell you all about it. It's a 5-star cricket, nice and juicy. Leaked through my teeth all the way down my shirt. Andrew.
Can you wait to tell me about this until I'm done doing this show, please?
No, everybody's got to know, Andrew. It's a delicacy eating these crickets. Anyway, how's your whatever this is going, your podcast?
At least I don't have to pay for pest control, you know? Like that's one of the beautiful things about having you for a roommate.
Yeah.
It was good. We just had And Yes on. You know, in
Spanish I hear his name is EC. it's super easy. That's a puppet joke. You'll get it later.
That was really good.
Thank you. Yeah, off the cuff. Never said it before.
Yeah, you should definitely. You might have a future in some podcasting. We might have to bring you on again sometime.
Well,
but you have cricket in your teeth right now, so
hold on.
Go get that or something, please.
I think I got it.
Yeah.
Andrew, it's been a pleasure having you on my show. Thank you. That's been your time. You can go ahead and just cut to me now. I'll do the rest of it. All right, everybody. This has been Masked Up with the Latino Arts and Cultural Center. Is that Andrew? You left me out to dry here. I don't really know how to finish this up.
Yeah, it's not so easy, is it?
I'm starting to think maybe it's not my calling.
Yeah,
I'll stick to hip hop.
How about you stick to co-hosting and cricket hunting, and we'll catch up after the show. Yeah.
All right, that's fair enough, Uncle Rap.
Yo, thank y'all for tuning in to tonight's Masked Up. Really appreciate y'all. Keep your masks on. Keep social distancing. Keep working on it, y'all, and keep your vibrations up. You know what I mean? Keep hunting that joy. It's so important. The people have spoken. The people love Zeus. So I mean, I guess we'll have him back sometime. Really appreciate y'all for tuning in. Also, cheap plug for me. I got a new album that just dropped. yesterday, 11/1 at 11:11. It's called Music to Breathe To. It is all binaural beats and healing sounds. I got this pan drum that I've been working with. So I'm going to leave y'all with a little bit of that. And, make sure you pick up the album. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on all of that. And mostly pick it up just to keep yourself cool. You know what I mean? Whether you need something to meditate to, whether you need something to help you get to sleep. I hear it puts kids to sleep really well. I hear it also makes a good study aid. So, make sure you pick that up. Apple, Spotify, Google Play, anywhere that music is streamed. And man, another one in the books. Masked Up, episode 3. Beams, y'all.